Hey everyone, so we're back. We're going to do a series of videos today. We are going to be deploying a few plugins for some Autodesk programs. We were an Evolve Lab customer before they were acquired by Chaos. Those of you who use Enscape know Chaos purchased them a little while ago, and now Chaos has purchased Evolve Labs, and now the licensing is kind of shifted over to be a part of that. So we are going to deploy newer versions that now work with the MyChaos licensing. So we're going to start with the Morphis plugin, and if you don't know all of these things, that's you may not have used them in the past, but some of the Evolve Lab stuff, Morphis is like a generative design. They have Veris, which is their AI rendering tool. They have a few different ones. Glyph, which is great for doing like auto dimensioning. Helix, which does some file conversion. So you want to go SketchUp to Revit, things like that. So it's a pretty cool tool set. But we're gonna just go download. I've already downloaded the apps from my Chaos. You can see kind of all the apps they have now, kind of hiding here. There's a bunch of different ones, but the tool set and pretty much everything here can be purchased through the Chaos and brought in. So we're going to start with the Morphis tool, as I said. So we're going to open PowerShell, and we're going to do this. Well, you can just upload an MSI file. MSI sometimes wait for reboots. I want to deploy this out and just have it sit there so the next time someone opens their program, they're available. So if they go and install it, they can use it right away. So we're going to use PowerShell. So first thing we're going to do is find our commands for install. So we're going to go to our Intune folder. We're going to look at our MSI file. And since it's MSI, we're going to do a /h, and we're going to bring up our installer options. So you can see here, very similar to most MSIs, they have the quiet and the no restart. We're going to use both of those in ours. So I've renamed this PowerShell script but haven't wrote it yet. So this is one from what we use for our Lucid Link deployment. So we're going to go ahead and clear out the task kill because you don't need to kill any tasks for this. Copy our name right here. See, I already have a quiet and a no restart from this MSI, so it's pretty much the same. And we don't need to start a process. So that's basically it. That's our MSI. This is our PowerShell. It's running this, this command to install the MSI as a quiet no restart. It's literally just that one line. So we're going to save that. We now have everything we need to deploy this. These are pretty small installs, packages, all that. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our actually, before we do that, we're going to run this install. So we're going to go and let this run. Just make sure that the install happens. As you can see, it's pretty fast. It's already down to the next line, so we're going to just double check. Nothing's still running. Looks like it went fairly quick. So now we're going to go look for our plugins and see the registry key we need to find for this. So we're going to go software, Microsoft, Windows, CurrentVersion. I always look in the uninstall keys first. So we'll look for The other thing you can do is always look in the actual plugins folder. So you can look there, but you could see it found it. We have our key. This is actually in a 32-bit install, so that's why it's under the WoW 6432. So that's our key. We're going to use this for Intune. So now that we have that, we're going to go back here. Tune, we're going to call it our packager. That's our input folder. And our setup file is going to be the PowerShell script. We're going to put it in the output. So we have that. You can see in our output folder, we have our package, really small, 36 megs. So then we're going to come over to Intune. We're going to go to Apps. We're going to create a Windows app. Um, 32. Go ahead and upload. So we're just filling out some of the required stuff. We can put this under our Autodesk updates and add-ins, or we can make a new category for this. That you can do in some of your settings. We're going to grab we're going to go to their website. We're going to grab an icon for this. So you can see Morphis is kind of their generative tool. And let's see, do they have a good short? There we go. We'll just grab this for our use that screenshot. Go. Alright, now your install command, this is basically going to call your PowerShell script. So for us that is 62.ps1. Just to confirm, that's what we named it. Go to your input folder, Morphis 0921. Now for your uninstall command, you're going to get it from your registry key. So here's your uninstall string. Put that in there. Just make sure you don't have any extra spaces in this line. Same here. Requirements, we always just select whatever's the oldest, Windows 10. And then we go to detection rule. And here's where we will add our registry key. So we'll go here. Current key. We'll use the value name. I always like to use displayversion. That way when you update it, that's generally the key that updates. So we'll do a comparison equals. And this just makes sure that everyone has the version you're deploying. So if they had an older version, it'll know to overwrite it to this version. So we got that. Dependencies. We're not going to add any here. though they'll want to use Revit or something, but because we have so many different versions, we don't want to pick one. So we'll just leave that off. And supersedence, if you had a previous version, you could use this. Stuff like this, I generally like to make a new app and delete the old one. So for assignments, since we're not requiring this install, we're just making it available. So we'll make it for all users. They can go into company portal at any time, just click install if they want to use it. That's kind of it. So we're going to go ahead and hit create. Because this is so small, I mean, the upload time is going to be almost nothing. You can see it's going to upload, you know, the 36 megs or 35 megs, and it's just flying up. Because this is so small, I'd expect it to be available in company portal in like 10-15 minutes. But that's kind of it. You know, we'll make some more videos on the other ones, but pretty straightforward making the deployment. Again, using PowerShell so the install is instant versus waiting for a restart like some MSI installs do, and then you're good to go.